And a big thank you to David Conforti for giving us the scoop on the big Super Bowl party here. Now, Will, what will you be doing for Super Bowl?
Well, after hearing that, I think I might drop by. That sounds like a pretty good party.
I think it's going to be a great party here. Sounds great to me.
Oh, wait, I'm going to be watching the Clippers and Miami Heat on TV.
So he'll be at home on the couch, flipping back and forth. Whitney will be bringing you stuff to eat and drink, and, you know, you'll be watching the Clipper game.
The Clipper Bowl.
Didn't they just beat the Miami Heat?
They're going to go 2 for 2.
Super Bowl
2
Sunday in Miami. The Lakers will really like that. Okay, we are going to take a break, but when we come back, we're going to talk more NBA, All-Stars, Clippers, and Lakers. But right here, this is something you don't see every day, so take a look.
Now, Maria, I thought that was pretty cool.
That is so much fun to watch. It never gets boring
at all. It's cool to watch how fast we actually shot that.
Yes.
In real time.
And it was like, what, an hour and a half?
It was about 30 seconds it took them to change over the
30 seconds.
Floor.
I know. The guy in the studio was so good. He was so much quicker than those guys at the Staples Center.
I know.
I'm telling you what, they need to hire him.
Well, that's what happens when you got to change a Clippers game to a Lakers game.
It's amazing.
They get out there and work.
They do. It's just amazing to watch how everything is in order. All the boards are ready to go. And it's very cool. Very cool.
Somebody asked me how they change over a Clippers game to a Laker game. They're like, how do they get the paint off the floor and repaint it yellow and purple?
But who would know that? They take a big eraser, you know.
There's 2 floors back there in the Staples Center.
That's right.
They hide it. They stack it up in the corner.
And they kick everybody out of there so that you're out of the way so they can just, boom, get it done. It's pretty cool. Yeah, unless they're under the boards or something. Okay, on to the Clippers. We've got some news. Unfortunate news. Eric Gordon is out 3 to 4 weeks with a sprained wrist and a small bone fracture, which is not good news for the Clippers. They've got a tough road ahead of them because they're going to be out for like the whole month of February.
Yeah, Eric Gordon's the 8th leading scorer in the NBA.
He is, and we rely on, what, 25 points a game about with him, so it's not looking good.
Blake Griffin's going to get a lot more shots, so he's really going to have to step up.
Yes.
And even though he's playing phenomenal, it's a tough road to toe going on the road the entire month of February. The guys play great in Staples Center, but when they get on the road, they have problems, and without Gordon,
it's going to be tough.
They're going to have to have a big game change, big changing plans.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting too to me about this team though is they come out so strong in the first half. I mean, they are just such a strong first half team. We've seen them go up by like 10, 15 points, but in the third and the fourth, they just lose it.
I think what happens with that team, they're so young, they get out on the court and they play this run and gun offense, and they play it really well.
Yes.
But the better teams in the NBA know how to sustain their pace and tempo, and they end up like we saw actually in the Houston Rockets game recently, and in the Dallas game, because they had the lead in the first half.
They did
in both those games in Texas.
Right.
They come back, and the opposing team comes back, and they end up just kind of whittling the Clippers' lead down, and they lost both of those games.
Yeah, it's just a heartbreaker, too, because they're doing so well, and you're thinking maybe playoffs somewhere down the line for the Clippers here, but it's going to be very difficult at this point.
Yeah, they need a big winning streak.
Very big winning streak, and they're going to have to start playing better on the road, because, like I said, a huge road series coming up. So now a team is doing a little bit better, the Lakers, and can we say it's maybe because of some negative press recently? We need to talk about that, because the former GM for the Lakers, Jerry West, said that they were getting a little tired and a little old. I think he said long in the tooth, which everybody had to explain meant that as you get old, your teeth grow long, which I thought was really bizarre. But, you know, they said that this group of players is getting older.
They are a little. We're all getting older.
Yeah, but we're not playing basketball, so we can do this for a while longer.
Phil Jackson at his press conference the other night.
Yeah, we were there.
He said,
yes.
He said, well, I'm going to start taking some omega-3s.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting older, but you know, he kind of takes everything in stride. He takes it with a grain of salt, and I think he respects Jerry West.
He does.
But as long as that coach I've always said, as long as the Lakers are coached by Phil Jackson, they're going to be all right. They're going to make the playoffs. They're going to do well in the playoffs. But they are an older team, and if they get stuck with somebody like Oklahoma City or
that's very young and,
any young run-and-gun team, they're going to have problems.
But, okay, so how long would you say the window for the Lakers to maybe have another championship or two? Do you think that's still open? I do. I think they could three-peat. I really do.
I mean, Mitch Kupchak is good at making moves.
He really is, yes.
He brought in Artest.
Yep.
They traded for Gasol.
Right.
They can always bring players to L.A.
Because everybody wants to play here.
But, you know, Kobe Bryant, the superstar, I think this is his last shot to be a superstar leading championship.
How many championships did he say he wanted to win? Like 10? That might be shooting a little high, but, you know, you never know with Kobe.
Yeah, he's got 5. I don't know.
Well, hopefully at least one more in him. Now, talking about Laker fans, I think Laker fans are so incredibly spoiled because Lakers win so much that I think that they expect them to win by 25 points every game. And if they don't, or if they lose because, I hate to tell you, but they're human, Laker fans get very upset.
We're talking to Laker fans right now.
I know that, but you get very upset at the Lakers if they don't win.
Well, they've won a lot.
They have won a lot.
I mean, for 50 years they've been here winning a lot.
Yes.
So, yeah, they're expected to win. That's why they bring in these great players from, a lot of the time it's guys from other teams that have been successful, like Artest and Gasol.
Yes.
And even Matt Barnes, Steve Blake.
Yes.
You know, role players for other teams.
Right.
They're very good at bringing in the right guys. Even Kobe Bryant wasn't drafted by the Lakers.
That's true, but
he's always played for the Lakers, but
they got him.
They make great moves, so that's why they're always successful as the front office and Phil Jackson.
Right. You know, speaking about Phil Jackson, we know that Phil Jackson, this is his last year with the Lakers. I'm sure he'll take another job in the NBA, probably as an assistant somewhere. Yeah, I think so, because I don't think that he will just retire and go away. I don't think he'll retire and go away.
He will be an assistant.
Not an assistant coach, but I think he'll be maybe like a front office guy
GM,
somewhere.
possibly, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that he'll just like sit at home with Jeannie and hang out.
Maybe.
Because he likes to be busy.
He likes the Grateful Dead. So
he does. He might go on tour with them, right?
He may follow the Grateful Dead for the rest of his life.
That could be very true.
He's seen a lot of basketball games, so
he has. He knows the game pretty good.
Who knows what he'll do after the Lakers? But I think this is his last season.
It could be his last season. It looks like it will be, because he's mentioned that many times. Of course, you know how people change their mind too. That happens from time to time. Yeah. Who do you think
Michael Jordan changed his mind
many times, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Manny changes his mind all the time. Who do you think will succeed Phil Jackson in Los Angeles?
I believe Brian Shaw will. He's played for Phil years ago, and he's been the assistant for, I think, 6 or 7 years.
Right, and I had a chance to sit down with Brian Shaw, and we talked about lots of stuff, so let's take a look.